look at an employee and I'll think to myself, if that employee worked for my competitor, would I be worried? Well, hello leaders. Hope you're doing amazing again today. Had a message I wanted to share with you. Over the last couple of days, I've been doing a lot of speeches around my Hire and Fire Like a Boss book, which I appreciate all of you that have picked one up. It was #1 on Amazon in 5 different categories in a couple of different countries. And so super excited about that. And I think it's an important book. It's an easy read. Easy process to go through if you're ever thinking about how do I hire the right people, right? So I appreciate you guys helping me out with that. I belong to, as many of you know, I belong to a couple of masterminds, and this one mastermind I was at the other day had Harvey Mackay in it. And if you don't know Harvey Mackay, he's the author of a book called How to Swim with Sharks Without Getting Eaten Alive, and he's been in business and around business forever. Just a brilliant guy. We had this question that he posed when it comes to how do you know if you have the right people on your bus? And we've talked about this. I know if you've been in my program at all, if you've watched some of these videos about Move Your Bus and people being your advocates for your practice. So he has this question that he asks himself. He says, I'll look at an employee and I'll think to myself, if that employee worked for my competitor, would I be worried? And his answer, if it's no, means that employee should not work for him. So I want you to think about that for yourself, is to think, if you look at your team, now granted, I know you can't make all the moves you want to make right away, right? We are in a really good employment economy right now, where it's like around 3-4% unemployment rate. So this pickings are slim. I get it. So you got to be more thorough on your role playing on how to enroll people into being a part of your business. You got to be more thorough in your role playing and how to tell your team who to look for and how to recruit them from other industries and who might be a good fit. Well, you said, when he said that, I just thought about all of you and sitting in front of your team members and thinking to yourself, if this person were to work somewhere else at my competitor, would I be worried because of the value that they bring, the enthusiasm that they bring, the skill that they bring, and that now would give my competitor the advantage? If the answer is no, then you let them go. They shouldn't be working for you. I thought that was really interesting because it gets a lot of food for thought, right? As you know, in my book, I talk about, or hopefully many of you know, and I've used this quote before, of there's nothing that will ruin a good employee faster than watching you tolerate a bad one. And so it's interesting to put those two together and think, what are you tolerating in your business? And why aren't you expecting nothing but the best, not just in the skill set that they do, but in their level of advocacy for your practice. There's another video I was watching probably about a week ago, and who was it? Somebody. It's going to come to my head afterwards. Anyways, he was talking about how in business the hard thing is that you have people who are, sometimes competent in what they do, but they don't have the right personality. They are incompetent in what they do, but they have the great personality. You have people who are incompetent and not so good at their job. And then you have the people who are both competent and have great personalities. And those are really hard. The ones that kill your business the fastest, actually, though, are the ones who are competent in what they do, but don't have the right personality. Those are the ones who kill your business fastest. So I just realized I did not explain. I'm at my buddy, I'm traveling around, and I'm at my buddy Steve's house, and he's obviously doing some construction. So some of you have been thinking this whole time, why is there a hole in the ceiling, Dino? Well, he had some stuff he was doing, so there's construction in the room his office that I get to be in. So just think to yourself, ask yourself that question. And again, I'm not asking you to go and fire everybody who is not a fit. but I want you to think, how are you building your team? Because failure of a team starts with building the wrong one. And once look, and here's the kicker is that you're taking a risk on that person, right? You're hoping they work out, whereas once you realize that they're not a fit and you keep them, and you grin and bear it, and you write that check every single week for that problem, right? You're no longer writing them to work for you. You're no longer paying them to work for you. You're paying them to continue with the problem that they are. But once you know that, then it's totally on you. You have no excuse other than you're willing to put up with the crap. So think about that. Think about why. Think about how you can design it better. And the problem is not that there's nobody out there to replace them. That's not the problem. That's the symptom. The problem is that you are not creating the systems in place to make sure you have a good resource of people to go through. That people are not coming to you saying, how can I work for you? Because here's the simple fact. Even though your unemployment rate is low, companies like Zappos, companies like Disney, they still have people going to them every single day saying, how can I work here? How can I work here? And part of that reason is because people want to be a part of that movement, part of that cause. And that's why I believe that improving your culture and really building that team and letting everybody know about how we are as a culture. You got to proselytize why working for you is the best idea that person ever had. Why working for you is something that would make somebody go, I want to leave my current job to go work for them because I want to be a part of that, because that's going to improve my life. So some thoughts. Hopefully that works for you. Hopefully it made you gave you some food for thought. And just enjoy bringing these messages to you guys. Hope you're enjoying them as well, guys and gals. Hope you're enjoying them as well. And we'll see you on the next video.